Are you ready for Mega Evolutions? So, I don't even know what's going on right now, and I don't even know where to begin, and Pokemon has just gone, like, over the limits, and it's absolutely crazy, and, usually I don't do this kind of update things and stuff like this, but out of everything that for the past half a year or so, when new Pokemon X and Y information has been revealed or leaked, out of everything, this is arguably the coolest news, like, ever in the history of Pokemon, like, ever, when you think about all the news in the past generations. Like, this is so huge. Like, Mega Evolutions. Like, Pokemon, like, they have definitely, like, gone beyond everything. Two things that have stayed the same pretty much the 5 past generation. Legendary Pokemon. They have not been able to evolve. Partially because they are so overpowered to begin with, so there's no point for them to have evolutions, but then they have had some cool forms, but no direct evolutions. And then Pokemon which have 3 different stages, or I guess the first basic stage and then 2 different stages, but there has never been a 4th evolution. And now there are legendary evolutions for legendary Pokemon and evolutions for the so-called final stage Pokemon. So now some Pokemon have 4 evolutions, or 3 evolutions technically, because first stage or the basic stage, and then some of them have now 3 stages. And I don't know where I'm going with this, because this is so crazy. So let's start with the Mewtwo. So, Mewtwo, the Pokemon, the new form that was released a while ago. Everybody was speculating. Is it a new form, or is it the long-awaited Mew 3 that people have been speculating on? Well, now it turns out it's neither, because it's Mewtwo's evolution, so it's not a new form, and, well, yeah, it was already confirmed that it's not Mew 3, but people thought, okay, well, it's a new form, but no, it's a Mega Evolution. And, like, how freaking good is this thing going to be? And, like, when you look at the rest of these things, like, they all seem like so freaking powerful. And I guess, well, before we go any further with Mewtwo or anything else, I guess the question is there going to be more of these Mega Evolutions? Because this, well, most likely yes, because this seems like a really random pack of, you know, Mega Evolutions, because there's like, what do we got here? We got Mewtwo from the first generation. Then we got Ampharos from the second generation. Then we got Absol, Mawile, and Blaziken from the third generation. And then we got Lucario from generation 4. So it seems like a lot of random Pokemon, but I guess that just means that there's probably going to be more, but how many more, and how does this affect, like, everything? Because this just makes all these Pokemon, or their now prior evolutions, so pointless. Because obviously Mega Evolutions are going to be good, and another question would be, besides, are there more of them? Which is most likely yes. But another question is, because, you know, they are Mega Evolutions, they're not direct evolutions, so how does this actually affect their base stats and everything? Arguably, you'd think they would, you know, skyrocket, because they are Mega Evolutions, they're not regular evolutions. So, one would think they are going to be super overpowered and have stat distribution across the boards, sky high, everything. But the thing is, we have Mewtwo. Like, how can you make Mewtwo any better than it already is? You know, people thought that it's just a second form, so it probably has the same base stat total, but in a different order, but now if it's an evolution, is it going to have even higher stats than Mewtwo has, which would be absolutely crazy. But still, the rule could apply that all these Pokemon that are Mega Evolutions still have the same base stat total, but maybe they have been altered a bit to have... Because like, with the different forms that we have had in the past, you know, let's say Shaman, you know, it has base 100 in everything, but the Shaman Sky form, it still has the same, is it 600? Yeah, because 100 everything. 600 is base total. It still has the same base stat total, but it's been kind of like distributed differently. So the Shaman Sky form has like higher speed and higher special attack and then lower defenses. So it might be just like that, but like, yeah, because otherwise, like, if you imagine Mewtwo like getting even higher stats, that would be crazy. But then again, we have so many different Pokemon. Like we talk about Mawile, which doesn't have any evolutions to begin with. So one would imagine this thing is going to get at least a bit better stats. But then how is it going to... I guess it's just going to be kind of random stat distribution with all of these Pokemon, which is the biggest speculation. How is it going to work? Because, yeah, like I said, Mewtwo would be way too broken if it has even higher base stat total than Mewtwo already has. But, going to... yeah, talk a bit about Mewtwo. Apparently its new ability is Insomnia, so at least Game Freak is trying to keep it at bay somewhat. Because, you know, if Mewtwo would have gotten some sort of really good ability, that would have been that would have definitely made it stupidly broken even more. But Insomnia is like a random ability, and you know, the original Mewtwo had pressure because it was already so good to begin with. It doesn't need a super good ability, and that's kind of the same thing going with this new Mega Mewtwo. But not much is known about the known about this new Mega Evolution of Mewtwo, but something that I'm definitely interested about. But I guess these other ones, because you know, we have seen the new Mewtwo. It's been released like a long time ago, but it's just now being confirmed that it's not a form, it's actually a Mega Evolution. But jumping on to the next one, we got Mega Blaziken. And still a fighting type, and it has the same ability that Blaziken has from the Dream World, being Speed Boost. And if you have played Pokemon competitively in 5th Gen, everybody knows how good Blaziken is. In fact, it got quite soon after the release of its Dream World ability, it got banned to Ubers because Speed Boost was just so good. So good. So imagine this Blaziken possibly having higher offensive stats than Blaziken has, and then Speed Boost. Oh man, this Pokemon is just absolutely crazy. Oh, and so like when talking about these Pokemon competitively, and you know, in whatever regard you talk about these Pokemon, they seem like super overpowered. Like this Mewtwo form, it's most likely, I mean the Mega Mewtwo, excuse me, most likely Uber material. There's no way it's gonna be worse than Mewtwo, right? So most likely Uber material. And we got this Mega Blaziken. Again, most likely Uber material, because it also has Speed Boost, and it's definitely not going to be worse than Blaziken, so it's going to be absolutely crazy. And it's like, I don't know, but let's move on. Next on the list, we got Mega Lucario. Fighting Steel type, like the original one, but it has the ability, Adaptability, which, yeah, Adaptability, so... it increases the stab, which stands for same type attack bonus. It increases those stab moves from 1.5 to 2. So Lucario is going to get a huge boost for its fighting and steel type moves. Basically meaning that it destroys absolutely everything with close combat, and you combine that with Sword Stance. Lucario is already so freaking good. and now it has access to adaptability to further boost its offensive capabilities. Not to mention if this Mega Evolution has even higher offensive stats than Lucario already has, and then couple that with adaptability, this Pokemon is going to be absolutely bonkers and crazy and all of these things. And you can also, that's gonna make Bullet Punch really good move, because so far Bullet Punch is not really used that much on Lucario, but now with adaptability, you know, making it more powerful, it's definitely going to be a good move with the new Lucario. So that is gonna be fantastic news for Lucario. And just, oh man, think about that thing with Sword Stance and close combat, adaptability, then you got Bullet Punch, further boosted. Oh man. And then a coverage move for that. If you want to have like Ice Punch, or maybe Extreme Speed, maybe Crunch for the better coverage. You know, whatever, but this Pokemon is absolutely crazy. And then we got the Mega Mawile, which is a Fairy, or Steel and Fairy type. And I believe it's already been confirmed that Mawile also is a Steel and Fairy type. And this Pokemon, it has the ability Huge Power. So the same ability that Azumarill is famous for. But when we look at Mawile stats, you know, again, this comes back to how are these Mega Evolutions going to attack the stats of these Pokemon. But let's say that Mawile gets to keep its base 85 attack stat, and you add Huge Power to that. So you got 285 attack at max. If you have maximum EVs, or 252 EVs in the attack, and you have 31 IVs in the attack stat, you got Adamant Nature on that thing, you get 285 attack stats. And then that is doubled, and it's going to be 570 base attack with the Huge Power. And in comparison, the Pokemon that currently has the highest attacking stat is Deoxys Attack. And at max, Deoxys reaches 504 base attack. But this new Fairy Mawile, Mega Mawile, can reach 570 base attack. And everybody thought Kyurem was good, the Black Kyurem, and Deoxys A, but this guy is going even beyond these Pokemon. And wow. If it truly just, well, I can't say anything for truly right now, because we don't know anything. But if it gets to keep its original attack stats, it's gonna go 570. And, you know, what if its attack stat is even higher because it's a Mega Evolution for Arceus' sake? It could go even higher than 600, who knows, at this point. But if it gets to keep the same attack stat, it's still gonna be 570, which is beyond anything we have ever seen. So that is absolutely crazy. And that should definitely make it's a good thing, because Mawile has definitely been, like, so far, we got Mewtwo, we got Blaziken, we got Lucario. None of these things need evolutions, because they are so good to begin with. But Mawile, it's always been there in the lower tiers, and, you know, it has needed some sort of evolution, because it's just a standalone Pokemon, a random Steel type that doesn't really have a good stat distribution, doesn't really have the greatest move pool, it doesn't have really anything going on for itself. So this is definitely something that it needed to make it a lot better, and it's great that it has now something going on for itself, and I can't wait to know the base stats of this thing, because, oh man, with the Huge Power, it's gonna just destroy everything. And also, something to keep in mind that, you know, when these things they are MegaEvolutions, you would think they would also have, you know, better move pools. So what does that mean for Mawile? You can't really go any better from freaking Mewtwo, Blaziken, and Lucario. They already got great move pools, but you would imagine Mawile possibly getting some better moves and possibly some new... Well, because it's a fairy type, it's most likely going to be getting some new fairy type moves. And how good is that going to make Mawile with the new Mega Evolution and possibly with the new move pool and with the new stat distribution? Hopefully, maybe. Or actually, I'm kind of hoping that they will lower Mawile's attack because of 570. Like I said, it's better than Deoxys attack. Deoxys attack, which has the highest attack at the moment. But not for long. Maybe. Who knows? Next on the list, we got Mega Absol. Another Pokemon that definitely deserves, like, some people have been waiting for, maybe for like a prior evolution. Who knows, maybe Absol will have like a prior evolution that turns into Absol, and then there's Mega Absol. But, you know, Absol again, a standalone Pokemon, hasn't had too much going on for itself. It actually has high attack, it has pretty good move pool, but still just not good enough. But this definitely most likely makes Absol a lot better. Kinda again depends on what the stat distribution is going to be with these Pokemon. You know, they might just do the same thing with the forms that, you know, I was already speculating on, that they will keep the same base stat total, but then just have it in some sort of different order. Like maybe this Absol will be a lot faster than the original Absol and have maybe a bit higher attack and then just a lot lower defenses. Who knows? And lower HP maybe. But, you know, that's all speculation. But what we know for now is that it gets access to Magic Bounce, which is definitely going to make Absol a lot better. We know Xatu and Espeon in Generation 5 got it, and that kind of, competitively speaking, skyrocketed those Pokemon up in the tiers. Espeon made it to the OU tier because it was, I believe, back in Gen 4, it was like, it was a never-used Pokemon, so now it got to the overused tier, because, you know, Alakazam was just always better, but Magic Bounce kind of gave Espeon a new meaning, and now Absol also has this new wonderful ability, which is not really new anymore, but it's definitely a good ability, because that means it can't be T-Wave, it can't be Will-O-Wisp or anything like that. It can just bounce those back, and you know, it can also support your team by preventing entry hazards and stuff like that. But you know, the thing is, compared to Xatu and Espeon, they're kind of, at least compared to the current Absol, they are a bit bulkier, and they have like healing options in the form of Roost and Morning Sun, respectively. But Absol is not really known for its bulk, so on that sense, it's not that good of an ability on Absol. But then again, it's gonna greatly help it because it doesn't need to worry about those status moves at all, and you know, also it can't get toxic on the switching, so that's definitely going to help. But we'll just have to wait and see on Absol how the stat distribution. Who knows? Maybe this thing, like, it has wings and everything. Maybe it gets Roost. Who knows? Yeah, it has wings, but it is, at least it says that it's still a dark type, so it's not like dark flying or anything. But you know, we've seen crazier things in Pokemon. You know, the Mega Evolutions themselves. Who knows? These things could get like any moves, because they are mega, and well, that's for later speculation. But yeah, just saying that Absol isn't the bulkiest Pokemon, but then again, you know, Xatu isn't that good, but definitely a great ability in a sense that it can't get crippled by all these moves that could cripple it before, making it a lot more dangerous of a sweeper, because you take out those things that could cripple it before, but now can't. So now it has more freedom to like set up sword stances, and who knows what the other setup moves it may now gain with this new Mega Evolution. And then we got, last but not least, we got Mega Ampharos, and this is probably the biggest news, or what made me most excited, because it's gonna turn into a dragon type. It is now electric and dragon, so just like Zegrom, but it's an Ampharos, and it has grown some hair, which is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of funny looking, because, you know, you know, when it turned into Ampharos, it lost its kind of sheep-like abilities, like with the wool and stuff, but now it's growing it back, and it's absolute bonkers. So electric and a dragon type, and its ability is Mold Breaker, which is definitely something that I could use. I don't know, like, well, if there's, well, there are many Pokemon like with Volt Absorb and Motor Drive, and now it can just hit through them. It doesn't need to worry about getting like predicted, and now that it's a part Dragon type, it can like maybe spam that Draco Meteor, and who knows what other Dragon type moves it might get. Imagine Amphero is going for Dragon Dance, and you know, at this point we don't know about its stat distribution, so who knows if it like suddenly turns into a physical one, and then you know, have Ampharos Dragon Dancing Mega Ampharos with Outrage and Ball Strike and maybe Earthquake and who knows what, but absolutely crazy, and I can't wait for more. All of these Pokemon, their appearance just looks absolutely ridiculous. They look like they are like Super Saiyan God or something, you know. In the new Dragon Ball Z movie, there's like that Super Saiyan God mode, and this is kind of like the same. And some people, I've looked at the comments and on some forums, and you know, some people say that it's, you know, going to that Digimon again, that, you know, these are like Digivolve Super Evolution and stuff like that, but at least my first reaction is that I'm really excited for these things, but at the same time, I am kind of worried, because these MegaEvolutions may just take, well, they are definitely going to take the place of the original final stages of these Pokemon and just kind of make them absolutely kind of pointless, and you know, you need to worry how good these Pokemon actually are, and I guess time will only tell how good they will be in the end, but they look like super broken, so I'm hoping that Game Freak will do something to balance them out, because now they have godlike appearance and they have godlike abilities, and the original evolutions are already really good, at least, you know, on the first 3 of them, and then, like, if they're gonna make them even better, and even the Mawile and the Ampharos and the Absol that have been kind of in the past in the shadows, now that definitely looks to make them a lot better, you know, the Absol, Ampharos, and Mawile, but then we got Lucario, Blaziken, and Mewtwo, which seem to be like they could go God mode and be even better than they are already so good, and there's really no need to make them even better, but no, they are made even better, and now it just kind of depends on what kind of stats distribution these things have, but leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'm super psyched for these things, and can't wait to actually use them in the game when the games are released, and out of everything, all the news that have been released so far about X and Y, nothing has gotten me so excited than these new forms, and oh bad, I can't handle this, so I just kind of had to let some steam out, and it's already going like over 24 minutes or so, so I think I'll stop now. So leave your comments in the comment section below, and I will check you guys in the future. Maybe I'll do something when something more about this topic whenever there are more like information about these things. Maybe I'll wait till the stat distribution gets out, and that's definitely something worth looking into. But yeah, there are also some new Pokemon released, but like, who cares about them? Mega Evolution, that's where the shite is at. Peace out.